So the special person we have, she is the maid of honor. And let's join me, please give a loud cheer to Tabby, our lovely bridesmaid, maid of honor.
Hello. Hi everyone, 大家好. So I thought I'd use this time to tell you guys a few stories about Mike and Lily. So actually, when Lily first asked me whether I could give a speech at her wedding, I said, yes, of course, I'd be honored to speak at your wedding. And then I asked her, do you want to know what I'm going to say before your wedding day? And she said, oh, no need, Tab, I trust you will say the right thing. Well. So, as some of you may know, me and Lily actually lived together for 2 years when we were both studying in university back in Wellington. And we were quite close. We did a lot of things together and we enjoyed a lot of the same things. And because we were so close, I was actually there when Lily and Mike first met. And so really, it is my duty to share the more embarrassing parts of that story with you today. So I'll start at the very beginning. So way back in 2013, our last year of law school together, Lily, as you now know, stumbled across this Facebook group, and it was the Taiwanese Association Facebook group of Wellington. And how it took her 5 years of living in Wellington to figure out that this group existed, and there were heaps of other Taiwanese people in Wellington, I don't know. But anyway, she finally joined this group, and that was great. And because she was a new member, the president of this Taiwanese association, through Facebook, got in touch with her. And this president, man, I mean, compared to 30-year-old Mike over here, this guy was young, and I remember he had really good hair, and he wasn't bogged down by years of corporate life yet. And this president guy, he really made a big impact on Lily's life. Yes, I'm talking about 25-year-old Mike. And just for your knowledge, when you first contacted Lily through Facebook, she ran to me with her laptop and she went, look, this president guy from the Taiwanese Association contacted me. And then she said, I think he is quite good looking. So there you go, my good first impression. So one day, after chatting to Mike for, I think it was a few days, by then, Lily told me that Mike had invited her to one of the Taiwanese Association's regular barbecue meetups. And to me, that seemed like a normal, hey, just come along kind of invitation. But Lily here, she was very nervous. She said, oh my God, I'm finally going to get to meet this Mike guy in person. And because she was so nervous, she made me come along with her to the meeting spot where she was supposed to meet up with Mike. Yes, and I still remember that day, sitting on the lawns in front of Parliament, waiting with Lily, waiting for Mike to show up. And then when Mike's car finally came around, Lily jumped up and she was like, oh my God, he's here, it's him! Like she was on the episode of A Bachelor or something, and they all wait for the limousine to come around and they're all checking their outfit to make sure it looks good. That was Lily. Anyway, if you guys were wondering what their very first verbal interaction face-to-face was like, I think it was something like, Mike came out of the car and he was like, hey, and then he was like, hi, and then there was me off the side, hello. And I guess the rest after that is history. But there is one snippet of Lily and Mike's relationship that I wanted to share with you today. As you probably figured out from all the songs playing at the wedding ceremony earlier today, Lily really loves Disney songs. So when she walked down the aisle, it was to The Lion King's Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And when she walked back up the aisle, it was to Aladdin's A Whole New World. So she really loves Disney songs. And one day, when we were both flatting together in Wellington, I heard Lily in her room singing Disney songs out loud to herself. And I thought, oh, that's strange. I've never heard Lily sing aloud to herself in her room before. And this happened for quite a few days. But then I noticed something. I noticed that Lily would sing for 20 seconds, and then there would be silence. And then there would be another softer voice singing for another 20 seconds. And then there would be silence, and then Lily would start singing again. And this went on for quite a while, and I thought, oh, that's weird. And so after a while, I went into Lily's room to see what was up. And guys, she wasn't singing Disney songs by herself in her room. She was singing Disney songs into her phone to Mike. Yes. And you know that And you know that other softer voice I heard? That was Mike on the phone singing back to Lily. Yes, big Mike over here. And you know, turns out he was an equally big fan of Disney as Lily was, so that's a pretty good match. And so, as you all know, Lily and Mike have been together for a few years now, but somehow, as her flatmate, I just knew that she and Mike would last from the very beginning. And I knew this because, and this is my last story for tonight, when I was just about to leave Wellington, I threw a little going away party, and I invited a few of my friends, including Lily and Mike. And my mum actually flew over from Australia to Wellington for that party as well, and at that party was the first time she met Mike, even though she's known Lily since we started living together. And even though that party was the first time she met Mike, and the first time she saw Lily and Mike together, at the end of the party, in front of all my friends, she pointed to Lily and Mike and she said, "You two, don't forget to invite me to your wedding." Yeah, and more than 4 years later, Mike and Lily didn't forget, and there's my mom sitting over there, yeah. So, thanks Mom for being wise as always. If there are any comments here tonight who would like a future prediction of how your relationship is going to pan out, please feel free to approach my mom. So I guess today I've told you guys a few stories about the early parts of Mike and Lily's relationship. But as we all know, great love does not blossom from a few happy or funny stories early on in the relationship. It develops over time through hard work and dedication to one another. And I've truly seen Lily and Mike put in that hard work over the past few years, and I've seen the sacrifices they've made, big and small, in order to grow together and get them to where they are today. For example, Lily joined a gym for the first time in her life after she met Mike. And Mike expanded his diet to include things other than steamed chicken breast and vegetables. I have a lot more stories, but I think I'm running up against my 5-minute limit now, so I'll pass it on to the next person. But yeah, thanks. Thanks everyone, let's all have fun tonight. I'm sure that's the best present we can give to Mike and Lily. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabby and Ziggy, sharing us and sharing with us all the moments and then fun memories and then shining some lights for us as well and seeing into the early days of this couple.